Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. The UK's boxing duo go separate ways. Anthony Joshua and Eddie Hearn will no longer be working together. Well, that's what I think the headlines are going to read if Eddie Hearn forces Anthony Joshua to fight Deontay Wilder. Now, in case you haven't been following, Anthony Joshua is saying if he gets past Wilder, he doesn't have any issue fighting Wilder at some point in time, but his goal and his priority will be going after a title. If you ask him, we'd rather fight Deontay Wilder or fight for a title, he will always pick fighting for a title because of the prestige it holds and for legacy. Now, the camera was put in front of Eddie Hearn's face. Eddie Hearn killed that with the quickness. He was like, the next fight, if we get past Otto Wallin, when we get past Otto Wallin, we are fighting Deontay Wilder. Now, that's what Eddie Hearn said. So right then I said, okay, hold your horses. Someone's taking it to the stupid. Now, what I think is happening here is Jarrell Big Baby Miller, the boogeyman, the monster that was sleeping underneath the bed when Anthony Joshua was tucked away there for a week in the dark cabin. I think Jarrell Miller got AJ rattled to where AJ can't think straight. Also, I think what we're seeing here is a little bit of Anthony Joshua putting duck sauce on the fried rice. Is Anthony Joshua scared of Deontay Wilder? I don't think so. Does Anthony Joshua know Deontay Wilder can knock him out? I do think so. And does Eddie Hearn think that Anthony Joshua can beat Deontay Wilder? I do think so. Does Eddie Hearn know for a fact if Wilder hits AJ, that AJ will go down faster than a plate of Alabama barbecue? I do think so. If Andy Ruiz can buzz AJ, if Usyk can buzz AJ, what happens if Wilder hits him? Now the thing is, easier said than done. All you have to do, Hood Champion, is just these fighters just take away Deontay Wilder's right hand. All he has is a right hand, and then he's just going to twerk in the ring. Yo, subscriber, quit taking it to the stupid. All Wilder has is a right hand. Man got a left hand too, and he's been working on the left hand. Now, that is the reason why I think Anthony Joshua, if he beats Wilder, I think he should go after Wilder. Because this stuff that Malik Scott has Wilder doing, we're going to see what happens in there with Parker. But because Wilder has learned so much, so many new things he's worked on, he may get in there with AJ and find himself throwing a wide, irresponsible left hook, doing something crazy, jabbing, trying to change levels in the ring. And Joshua, who's an outstanding, highly skilled boxer, is going to counter him and basically Charles Martin his ass. And Wilder's not going to see it coming. And I'm just telling y'all that. I just think anyone who's betting on Wilder to win this weekend, I'd say, man, you're brave. If you're betting on Parker to win, I'd say you're brave. If you're betting on AJ to win, I'd say you're brave. If you're betting on Wilder to win, I'd say you're brave. If Wilder wins, if AJ wins, if you're betting on Wilder to beat AJ, I think you're brave. And if you're betting on AJ to beat Wilder, I think you're brave because any of them guys can win, but any of them can lose. But my thing is, what the hell's going on with Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua? Because they're not on the same sheet of music. And I think there may be trouble in paradise. I really do. I think when you see AJ out there being all awkward and confrontational and combative and, just acting like his shoe size and shit, I personally think there's something more going on behind the scenes with him and Eddie Hearn where Eddie Hearn's kind of had that talk and said, look, this is what the Saudis want. And I think AJ's kind of like, hey, he likes having more control. But we know out there in Saudi Arabia, Anthony Joshua doesn't dictate a damn thing. Eddie Hearn doesn't dictate a damn thing. Matter of fact, Frank Warren's running the show, but Frank Warren doesn't dictate a damn thing to the Saudis. The Saudis dictate the terms to the fighters. This is what you're getting, more money that you could dream of, and this is what we want. You will do it. You understand? What? You don't understand? Oh, you got something to say? Off with their heads. They take them to the chopping block. Somebody gonna lose a hand, a foot, a head, a toe. Who knows? They may cut off their balls. They better be over there, following suit. But I think Eddie Hearn understands that. I don't think Anthony Joshua quite understands that because he's a little uppity and he's spoiled and he wants his way. Now, because I'm saying he's spoiled, don't think I'm saying that he had titles handed to him. Joshua had to fight for him. He had the money machine behind him to pay opponents more money than what they were used to getting. So that way, Anthony Joshua was able to get title opportunities. But he had to go in there and do the work. So I still think Anthony Joshua, out of all the heavyweights, is the most skilled. Usyk, well, I'll put it to you this way. If I had to create a complete heavyweight, it'll probably be Anthony Joshua. He has skill, he has power, he has everything. But the problem is his mentality. So if we're not including the mentality, I think Anthony Joshua is the perfect heavyweight fighter. I don't think Anthony Joshua should lose to anybody. But there's something going on upstairs. And Eddie Hearn kind of forcing his hand to go and fight Deontay Wilder doesn't seem to be helping what's going on upstairs with Anthony Joshua. So in my opinion, if Eddie Hearn tries to force it, you may see Anthony Joshua and some possible headlines coming out about the UK boxing duo, Batman and Robin, Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua, possibly trying to go separate ways, which they can't because Anthony Joshua signed his life away to Matchroom and DAZN. So he's screwed in a sense, making good money, but he's not happy. But we'll see what happens. That being said, more to come. But we know what Eddie Hearn wants because he went in front of the camera and said it. But although Eddie Hearn, Fast Eddie, will say any goddamn thing, I truly believe Eddie Hearn's looking at it and he's kind of got himself in a situation where he signed Anthony Joshua up for something that Anthony Joshua may not have been privy to, which is for him to be obligated to fight Wilder next if he beats Wallen. Because Eddie Hearn's chasing the money instead of really putting his fighter's desires first. But then again, if your fighter says, I want to become a billionaire, Eddie Hearn's going to put him in line to go and fight and make the most money possible, get him as close to his goal as possible. Unfortunately, to get to that goal, he's got to fight a guy like Wilder. And I just think Anthony Joshua will do it, but I just think he would like to have more control and maybe fight Flip Hrgovic first. Because if he gets past Hrgovic, he has a straight shot to the undisputed distinction. Because Hrgovic is the mandatory in the IBF. Y'all keep cool. Shout out to the veterans 7 continents. Hopefully these guys can sort it out. If not, I'll be waiting for the headline to drop. In the breeze.